Hi friends, today we're going to talk about properties of trapezoids. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with at least one pair of parallel sides, and the parallel sides are called bases. So here AB is a base and CD is a base. That's our only side property for a regular trapezoid. So bases are parallel, AB is parallel to CD. The angles that are in between the parallel sides are called base angles. So our orange angles here are the lower base angles and the green angles are the upper base angles. For a regular trapezoid, consecutive lower and upper base angles are supplementary, meaning they add to 180. So here, angle A plus angle D is 180 degrees, and angle B plus angle C is 180 degrees. So again, for a regular trapezoid, it's only an upper and lower base angle that are next to each other. We'll talk about the diagonals when we talk about an isosceles trapezoid. For the regular trapezoid here, we're going to talk about something called the midsegment, which is literally a segment in the middle of the trapezoid. In this case, our midsegment is FE. Some things are true about a midsegment that you want to know. So again, it goes through the middle of the trapezoid. The important thing you want to know is that if we take the length of AB and add it to the length of DC and divide all of that by 2, we would get the length of the midsegment. So again, FE here, that middle segment, is kind of like the average of the top and the bottom. And then the other thing that's true when we draw in our midsegment is that these little parts are also congruent to each other. So AF is congruent to FD, and BE is congruent to EC. The two main things that you're going to use with the regular trapezoid here, the non-isosceles trapezoid, are these angle properties and the midsegment properties. So make sure when you're looking at the examples, you pay attention to those. An isosceles trapezoid is still a trapezoid, so still a quadrilateral with at least one pair of parallel sides, but the legs are the sides that are not the bases. So here, AD and BC. The legs are congruent in an isosceles trapezoid. So it's a trapezoid with the legs congruent. So I know AB is congruent to DC here. Obviously, the two bases are still parallel. So again, base, base, leg, leg. So as far as our side properties go, AD is parallel to BC here, and then also AB is congruent to DC. Also, the upper base angles are congruent and the lower base angles are congruent. So angle A is congruent to angle D, and angle B is congruent to angle C. So again, upper base angles and lower base angles are congruent. And then for an isosceles trapezoid, any upper base angle is supplementary or adds to 180 with any lower base angle. For the regular trapezoid, it was just the consecutive upper and lower base angles. For an isosceles trapezoid, it's any lower base angle is supplementary to any upper base angle. So angle A plus angle B is 180, and angle A plus angle C is 180, and angle D plus angle C is 180, and angle D plus angle B is 180. So again, if we're thinking about it in colors here, any green angle plus any orange angle is going to equal 180. Then for this one, we'll talk about the diagonals. So we'll go ahead and draw those in. Connect B to D and A to C. For an isosceles trapezoid, the diagonals are congruent. So AC is congruent to BD. All right, so not tons of properties for trapezoids. Isosceles trapezoid has a few more things congruent than a regular trapezoid. This mid-segment stuff can be true for an isosceles trapezoid as well. We just couldn't fit everything in the same box. So everything that's true about a regular trapezoid is also true about an isosceles trapezoid. It's just that isosceles has a few more things as well. All right, friends, have a good day.